Hello, friends. Today I'm going to be brutally honest with you about the future of this channel. I had said that I was going to be more consistent with making my weekly videos. And Mondays, I wanted to work on my Growing Up Mormon and Then Leaving Twice videos, which I did the next one last week for the first time since March of last year. And I know it's not consistency, and if you really want to have a successful YouTube channel that connects with people, you've got to be consistent at your putting content out there. And I also posted the next video on the multi-level marketing journal. And as I've stated in previous videos, the reason I started this channel in the first place and started posting videos was because there was a community of people that asked me to tell my stories about being in 29 different multi-level marketing ventures over a 40-year period. And that takes a lot of time to tell that story. It takes a lot of time to, I'm going to read it out of the journal, but the journal was just a little tiny summary of each opportunity that I went down the road with. And then I write out an outline for the entire video. I practice it, and then I do the video. And sometimes the video turns out horrible. I go back and I edit it, and sometimes I redo it. And that takes, I'm doing two different series. I mean, that could take all day. And I know a lot of these content creators on YouTube who have really successful channels, they'll spend 2 days editing their videos. And they put out really good content. Editing's not one of my strengths. I'm a storyteller, okay? And this is what I do, is tell my stories with video. Editing, going back and editing and making things look nice and thumbnails and banners and all that stuff is just not my cup of tea. I go in there and I'm trying to get through the tutorials on YouTube Studio, and I'm just like going, oh my God, there's other things that I need to be focusing on, okay? I've said it before, my husband and I are in the middle of getting our VA disability claims with the Veterans Administration updated, because my husband has damaged lungs from 10 deployments to Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, Qatar, Kuwait, Iraq over an 11-year period. And his lungs are damaged. And he just was laid off from a 6-figure income job last month. So, I mean, we're in dire straits. And my issue with the VA is, and I don't think I've told you this in any of the videos, was when I originally filed for disability 6 years ago, it was 2017. They downgraded my bipolar disorder diagnosis. I've been diagnosed in 2000 and all the way through 2017 by 5 different psychiatrists with bipolar disorder, and I was taking medication for it. I've been hospitalized in psychiatric hospitals with nervous breakdowns 3 times. And the last psychiatrist was rated in the top 10 in the whole country by the American Psychological Association. And the VA comes back sending me to a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, saying that I was misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder. Do you know what that does to someone who has bipolar disorder to say that? And they did it, I believe, because that way they wouldn't have to pay me 100%. They've been paying me 90%. And I found out from a disability attorney that I could call them out on it and ask for back pay. And then tell them how damning that kind of diagnosis is to a person with mental illness like myself, and the problems it's been causing me since then with suicide ideation. How dare they? So I'm fighting them with that. My husband's fighting them with the PACT Act. The PACT Act was passed by Congress last August because the VA has been turning people away from the Vietnam era with Agent Orange. Some of them have already died. And then people like my husband who went to the Middle East and was exposed to burn pits And so Congress finally told the VA, no, you're going to pay these people and you're going to pay them. It's presumptive, meaning that if they went over there and they've got issues that's in their record, then they should be getting retroactive payments. So that's what we're dealing with. And then there's the issue with our son, who you heard me say before, he's autistic. He's 25, he's about to be 26 and cut off from TRICARE healthcare. He's been turned down by the Social Security Administration twice. The first time because we were in the military and they based it on my husband's income, which they said, yeah, he makes enough money. You don't need SSI for your son, even though our son had special needs that needed to be addressed. Anyway, the last time he was 18 and he didn't want to fight him, but I had told him now because he doesn't even want to leave the house. He completely shuts down. And so now we're going to have to get an attorney to get guardianship over him and get a therapist who's hopefully going to listen to us. And then I'm trying to get appointments to meet with Social Security. And then we've got to get an attorney. I mean, all this stuff with not having a job, this really puts a lot of stress. I can't tell you how many times in the last week I've had panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I've met with my therapist, met with my psychiatrist who wanted to hospitalize me. And I told her, you know what, I'll kill myself before I go back into one of those goddamn institutions. Because every time I was hospitalized, I was with someone who was a lot worse than me, who put all of us there, our lives in danger by being hospitalized with that person. So I won't go back to one of those places. And one of them's right here in San Antonio. I'm not going to mention the name. But no, I'm not going back to one of those places. They're not conducive to long-term mental health. So to be able to sit here and try to talk about the next segment in the story about growing up Mormon, I had told you last week in the video, which, by the way, has only gotten one view. It's getting to that point where there's some really, really dark times in my own life. And every time I've tried to talk about this to get ready for the video, it's triggered my PTSD. And for one view, one person watched it. Wow. So I'm starting to wonder if maybe I'm not putting out content that's relatable to people. And that was the whole purpose in starting the channel. So I have to look at it and say, do I need to really be doing this, honestly? And then with the multi-level marketing journal, the next segment too, it's where I start seeing really the ugly in all of the multi-level marketing business models. It's the last time I joined Tupperware where I saw stuff get really ugly. My husband went into Herbalife, and so then I went into it with him. At the same time I was doing Tupperware, and then I got into Avon. At the same time I was doing Tupperware, and then our best friends were strongly trying to get us into either Prime America or Amway, which a year later we got into Amway. So this is really when we started it's just crazy. And at the time I didn't know I was bipolar. They kept diagnosing me with clinical depression. And during that time I tried to commit suicide taking Prozac. And all the doctor did was he wanted to keep upping my dose until I walked out on an appointment with him. Because all he was really focusing on was obese people and weight loss. And I wasn't obese at the time. I am now. But back then it was like, are you really helping people with clinical depression? I mean, come on. I got him, walked out on him and said, I'm not coming back. So that wasn't back in 1993. So we're talking 30 years ago. So that's triggering too. And when I was writing out my script for the video, I was like, you know what? I can't talk about this right now. I'm still working in the workbook on life after MLM, and I need to be just focusing on that and working on that. And so with the videos here, at one time last year, I was posting my 77-day video challenge videos that I had originally posted to Facebook. There are Facebook Lives that our speaking mentor at the time challenged us to do to get out of our comfort zone in doing videos. Because none of us had done videos before. I hadn't done YouTube videos, hadn't done a Facebook Live, and we were all trying to be speakers, public speakers. So that was his way of, he had done that in the past for himself. It was 77 days from the time he was getting coaching before he won the world champion of public speaking for Toastmasters. So that was his challenge to all of us that were in his organization. So we all did it, and it helped me get more comfortable behind the camera. The reason I'm able to do this now is because of those 77-day video challenges, and I had started posting them here. I got through the 6th or 7th one, and then stopped posting them because I thought they were old videos from the year before, and I felt like I needed to be putting out new content, and I still think I need to be doing fresh content. I would like to do the videos, the 77-day video challenge, but do new videos every day. And they're supposed to be, what are they supposed to be? 3 minutes? They're just like, like not quite shorts, but extended shorts or whatever. Something that'll, get people's attention. And I noticed on my analytics, 4 minutes is about all people will watch of my videos before they go off somewhere else, because our society's got such a short attention span anymore. It's crazy. I'm sure a lot of people have already skipped off past watching this video. That's fine. That's not the community or the people I'm trying to put this out for anyway. I want people that are really going to listen to what I have to say and consider what I have to say, and get help from what I have to say. Not people just looking to get entertained, because there's plenty of that out there. So I think, and the other thing too is, I can't remember, I deleted my Facebook account last August. I have no use for Facebook. Don't like who I am on there. Don't like anybody else on there. It's predatory. It's a data broker, and of course so is YouTube. But I just YouTube's the only place I feel like I can fit with telling my stories. Yeah, Facebook. I've been off there 2 years, and then went back when I went back to doTERRA and was trying to network for that business, and then for public speaking, and it got me nowhere. Absolutely. So I left it. But I downloaded all those videos, those 77-day videos, and they're here somewhere. I can't remember where they are. Okay? I just told you everything that's going on in our lives. And you'd heard me talk when we were in the Airbnb, and I was doing videos from there talking about the house we were building. We're still trying to get our money back from that. And I'm going to have to file complaints with government entities to get the rest of the money back. Because, it's because it's Wells Fargo. It was the mortgage company behind the builder. I'm not going to say the builder's name, because the builder, it was another problem altogether, but I'm not going to talk about that. I just want to get my money back, and I'm not getting an attorney. Already went down that road, and it was way too much money. So we're going to use the government entities to go after Wells Fargo again, because we've had to deal with them before, and they ended up on the bottom end, because they're criminals, and they're in trouble now over screwing people, their customers over. So anyway, so between all of that stuff, I can't remember where I put that file that's got all those videos. So I'm just going to start making new ones. I'll go all the way to 77 days and it'll probably be 3 to 5 minutes. Might be a little bit longer. They'll be shorter than these for sure. And then when I'm ready to go to the next segment of the growing up Mormon and leaving twice and the MLMs, then I'll do that. And it might be next week. It might be the end of this week. Who knows? When I feel like, God, my hair is just crazy. It's not behaving. Then I'll post them when I feel like it. But I will be doing regular content on here, because I don't want to lose the audience I have, and trying to find what kind of things I have to say that people want to hear, and maybe YouTube's not the thing for me. I don't know. But I have to be consistent enough for a while to give it a good shot. So that's where we are with the future of this channel. This channel will still be here, and I'll still be posting things. It might be a plethora of different stuff, because I'm trying to figure out things that I've done, that I have experience with, that I can help others with, that they want to watch or hear what I have to say. And please comment. Don't be shy. Like the video. Subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. And be part of the community. And thank you for watching. And I will see you next time.